Ah, the holidays. Time for hot chocolate, family gatherings, and reminiscing on how much better we had when we were young. That's why for this Christmas, I plan to relive those glory days by playing my favorite game from my golden era. I peaked when I was 7. Club Penguin, the PC-based MMO designed for children where you waddle around and meet new friends. You played as a penguin and could explore the snowy island known as Club Penguin. There were hardly any objectives, quests, enemies, just you and your fellow penguins. It was very much just a glorified chat room, but that doesn't mean there wasn't anything to do. There were loads of activities players could partake in to have fun, like the numerous minigames scattered throughout the island that would grant coins when played. They could then spend their hard-earned cash on clothing for their penguins, items for their igloos, and even pets called puffles. The unfortunate part though was that most of the game was locked behind a paid monthly subscription. Without one, you could barely purchase any clothing or housing. Even your choice of pet puffle was limited. The game had such a simple charm to it. Each area of the island was just a static image that you could click around on to direct where you wanted your little penguin to waddle to. A style they stuck with for the entirety of the game's lifespan. To keep the game fresh, the developers were constantly evolving the world by adding new content, such as new areas, minigame updates, and especially their limited time events. This game was a huge part of my childhood from 2008 to 2010. I would always try to wake up as early as possible to play on the computer before my sister could. Every new event was the most exciting thing in the world. Like, I still remember the Rockhopper telescope, the white and orange puffle teasers, the dojo expansion. Looking back though, it definitely was a very simple game, but not one I'm surprised a stupid kid like me was obsessed over. Oh, I can't wait any longer. I have to see how my little penguin Super Blue 3 is doing. Look, I was young, I didn't know how to spell super. Okay, was there a sequel? Oh, maybe fans have recreated it? Well, Santa, cover your eyes, because I'm gonna be a bad boy tonight. That is not the Club Penguin I grew up with. I guess a lot changed after I stopped playing. Luckily, I can still get my nostalgia fix, because I asked Santa for anything and everything Club Penguin related for Christmas this year. At least I was going to, but mall security said I was too old to sit on Santa's lap. So I just wrapped anything I had left over from my childhood and erased my memory. Let's see what we've got! Ah yes, the two DS games, Club Penguin Elite Penguin Force and its sequel, Herbert's Revenge. In these, you play as the newest agent in the Elite Penguin Force, a group of special agents that protected the island and went on quests. Both games are point-and-click visual novel adventures, where you look for clues by talking to penguins and searching the island. The first game has players solving mysteries around the island, and eventually stopping rogue robots from taking over. The sequel focuses more on the evolving story of Club Penguin's main villains, Herbert the Polar Bear and his crabby sidekick Klutzy. Both games let you explore most areas from the game, with even some new ones, all in the palm of your hands. They also included some minigames. The first game had 6, with half coming directly from the main game, and half being completely brand new. All were very basic high-score-based minigames, where you got coins depending on how well you did. The sequel only had 4 minigames, but they were all brand new and fully fleshed out. Jackhammer was a puzzle platformer where you navigated the mines to reach the goal. Amazing Maze has players escape amazing mazes before the time runs out. Aqua Rescue is an auto-scroller where you shoot life preservers to collect coins. And the best one, Grapple Rescue, is a snappy little 2D platformer with a grappling hook mechanic. Coins collected from missions and minigames could then be spent on cosmetics or be directly transferred to the main game. You would also receive special items if you redeemed the code that was included with the game. Connecting to the internet also let you download special missions, polls, and newsletters for whatever was happening in the game at the time. Pretty neat having this little piece of history preserved here. When I was a kid, I always wanted a DSi so I could play Club Penguin on the road or on vacations, not realizing how the internet worked or that the DSi couldn't even play these games. So it was nice to have these as a replacement for that penguin-shaped void in my heart. They also released a Wii game, Club Penguin Game Day, that's just a minigame collection, which I guess isn't surprising for a licensed kids game. There's 12 minigames, and ranked from my favorite to least favorite they are Puffle Paddle, a simple game where you bounce your colored puffles to gain points, but at the higher difficulties things get really chaotic and fun. Goal! 4-player Pong where you gain points for scoring against others and lose points if scored against. Jackhammer. If Mario Kart and Trace Race from Mario Party 4 had a baby. It's most fun at the higher difficulties because the maps are more intricate and not just circles. Sumo Smash! Like Bumper Balls from Mario Party, but way better since it's point-based. However, I can see this becoming a stalemate if played with 4 humans, much like the regular Mario Party minigame. Feed a Puffle. Mid. Just point and click at the puffles to gain points. Sometimes you have to reload, sometimes your shots don't connect. The best part about this game is that the first part of the song is literally just Coconut Mall. Doesn't save it from being a mid minigame though. Java Jump. Just Mario Kart, but you shake the Wii remote up and down to move forward, and the tracks are all circles. Bean Balance. Spin the wheel to determine how many sacks you have to carry to the other side. More beans means you get more points, but are slower and can't avoid obstacles as easily. Good risk and reward type minigame that could have benefited from being a little faster paced. Snowball Battle. Just walk around and hit people with snowballs. Cool concept, but the controls are super awkward. Would have worked way better as a top-down game with the sideways Wii remote. Rollin' Riot. Just roll the biggest snowball. You can sabotage others by crashing into them, but it also hurts you. Too slow and boring. Fast freeze. Red light, green light, but the controls don't work and you'll get stopped even if you aren't moving. Dance off! Just Dance ripoff that does not work at all. Doing the motions didn't work half the time, shaking the Wii remote like a madman didn't work half the time. I literally got point with my remote sitting still. Horrible minigame. And Sled and Slide, which I couldn't even play because the story mode required me to beat Fast Freeze and Dance Off to unlock it, and I literally could not beat the CPUs because the games do not function. Speaking of the story mode, it's the coolest part of this game. Not because it does anything crazy with the minigames, but because they 3D modeled a few areas from the PC game. You can freely walk around and even purchase items as if you were playing a 3D version of the main game. The goal of the story mode is pretty simple. You just conquer each area for your team's color by playing minigames and completing specific tasks during them. Just like the DS games, any coins you earn here could be sent directly to the PC game. Wait, but the Wii's Online shut down years ago, and so did Club Penguin. So I just played all these minigames for nothing? Maybe there's something physical under here, something that won't ever leave me. Like most Disney things, Club Penguin's reach went further than just games, and eventually expanded into the physical world. They were the typical plushies, toys, books, and one of my personal favorites, their trading card game. It was just a simple rock, paper, scissors style game that mimicked the card jitsu minigame in the main game, but it was always fun to open the packs and see what you got. But my absolute favorite Club Penguin toys were the different colored Puffle plushies. These definitely awakened some collector gene within me because I remember checking so many Toys R Us searching for rare colored Puffles, just like what I did with Amiibo nearly a decade later. Like the video games, any purchased physical items could also connect to the main game. There was almost always a code or coin that could be redeemed on the computer to access an exclusive cosmetic shop. It was a really unique idea that linked every purchase, both physical and digital, back to one account that not many games have replicated since. Wow, what a fun little trip down memory lane. I almost forgot how much worse off we have it now. Wait, what am I saying? That's no way to think. It's the holidays, a time for joy and cheer. I can still cherish old memories while creating new ones, and I know just the way to start, by catching up on all the Club Penguin updates I missed.